Our last panelist, and certainly not least, is representing constituent number 21. Most of you know him as the one that wanted to start the big conversation, right? And it really went a long way in getting people to pay attention to a lot of the issues of the day. So join with me in welcoming Mr. Rolfe Commissiong, the MP representative for constituent number 21.
Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge the Premier and her husband, Mr. Nkelu, who's grown to be a great friend of mine, and of course everybody else in the audience here. First of all, one thing you all know about me is that I am not a black surrogate. You know that, okay? I'm not a black surrogate. The Progressive Labor Party has been a bulwark of strength, of providing a platform to develop Bermuda and its people. We all know that. It has been that way for the last 40-odd years or more since it first took the stage as the party of choice for most of our people. We have great work to do. This job is not finished. We must continue on the path that was set by our foreparents to bring about the end of political and economic tyranny in Bermuda, to usher in democracy, and that job is not finished. I'm excited, because I'm not only excited about the fact that we are on course to win this election on December 17th, but I'm also excited by the exciting agenda that we have to continue that great work for the Bermudian people in building this 21st century economy and society. You see, what we're going to do now is going to prepare Bermuda and make it ready to take its place, not only over the next 3 to 5 years, but over the next 15 to 20 years. That's how important this election is. We cannot go backward. We must go forward. We cannot go backward. We must go forward. I want you to understand something. If any of you have had a chance to see the booklet which outlines the party's government's accomplishments since 1998, you need to get that. That booklet has been like gold in Constituency 21, because it gives people an opportunity to say, whoa, you mean we did all this? Notice I said we, because it's a collective effort. Yes, you may have the Premier up in the House of Parliament. You have Minister Weeks at Public Works. You may have all the other representatives, but we are nothing without you, because we come from your community and we are part and parcel of you. We are one and we shall not be divided, not this time and not moving forward in the future. It is our strength as a united people that has brought about the great fruits that we all enjoy and the great prosperity of Bermuda, as Brother Ingham has said. We're not going to be hoodwinked, are we? Not this time. There's too much at stake. And when I talk about the exciting agenda for the 21st century, I'm talking about the need for us, as again, Brother Ingham and a couple of the other panelists have mentioned, about the return of prosperity. Well, we must ensure and continue to ensure that when that prosperity comes back, because I'm confident it will return. We are resilient people. Our leaders are working hard now to ensure that that does happen, but that it must be spread more evenly amongst all of our people. We must ensure that the resources and the benefits of the next great economic boom that Bermuda will enjoy will be not only enjoyed in Point Shears, but enjoyed in Middletown as well. Come on now. You see, we believe that we should not leave anybody behind. That's not our value. That's not one of our things that we adopt or embrace. We are an inclusive party. And it's a party, as someone mentioned earlier, that embraces the notion of social justice. Let's not forget that. We should not be apologetic about being Progressive Labor Party supporters. You know how they look upon you. You are the ill-educated. You are those who don't have much, the people that they have contempt for. Haven't they demonstrated that by their words they write on their blogs, by the words of their own paid consultants, the contempt they have for you and people who look like us? Come on now. We're not going down like that, are we? Not this time. Come on now. I just want to say in closing that the 21st century economy is going to be a knowledge-based economy. Now, we have an example of that here in certain sectors of our economy, largely dominated in the international business sector. What the challenge for us now is to ensure that that 21st century knowledge-based economy is going to be one that growing numbers of our people are going to participate in. This should have already been done prior to 1998. We saw the growth of that sector begin 30 years ago. But we didn't see our people participating in it to the degrees that we needed to see them so that the greater benefits of that wealth generation that takes place in that sector would have been more evenly distributed throughout the country. The prior governments, prior to 1998, they weren't interested in developing human potential. And we're still grappling with the results of those decisions. What do you think is happening around here with our young black men? Its roots, as Professor Mincy highlighted, began 30 years ago. It coincided with the growth of international business. The knowledge-based economy is going to require people to be proficient in science, technology, engineering, and maths. I wrote a column about 10 days ago that was published where I outlined that. The Progressive Labor Party government is gearing up under the broad headline of workforce development to ensure that our people are going to be prepared to take its rightful place in this society once and for all. These developments are long overdue. The adoption of the Cambridge curriculum, that's a one critical node in the overall workforce development. It's going to inject more rigor into the curriculum. And it's already going to, in my view, it's already starting to have benefits for our society and for our young kids. Job Corps is another critical node in workforce development to provide technical and vocational skills for our young people. That is critical. You see, in Germany, they make no distinction between the person who is academically qualified, who is a professional, and the one who has the highest degree of technical skills. In some cases, the people who have those technical qualifications, they have the same status as those who are in the professions, and in some cases earn more. That's the mindset we need to ensure is going to be injected amongst all of our young people now. And we have to change the mindset of the broader society to embrace that. So like I said, I'm excited about what we are capable of doing in this next PLP government. And I know you should be too. Now, once we can achieve that, we can ensure that growing numbers of our people are going to be able to maximize the most of their human potential. Because after all, we can't afford to have another generation or two thrown away to the wayside. There is nobody who's going to be excess to requirements under the PLP government. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this by saying that I want to thank all of you for coming tonight. I want you to get out there, as some of the other speakers have said, and take this message that we are standing strong for Bermuda, that we always have been. This is your party, and this is your government, so let's fight for it. I want Mr. Cannonier and the OBA to feel the same way that Mitt Romney did and the Republicans the day after they lost that election. Let's go, people.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.